Welcome to Northwest Aerospace News Live. I am Jennifer Ferrero, a writer for the magazine and your host. Thank you to our sponsor, Aerospace Vendors. In today's episode, we talk with Diane Gibson of DMG Consultancy and Marianne Miller of Honeywell about the trade group Women in Manufacturing. They have worked to develop a Spokane chapter of the organization. Let's learn more about the organization and its benefits to Washington State and the region. Let's welcome today's guest, Diane.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, and Marianne.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for coming to the show. Diane, you've been a longtime consultant for manufacturers. Please briefly tell us what type of consulting you provide.
Thanks, Jennifer. I've been in the manufacturing world for about 30 years, and for the last 18 years, I've been consulting with manufacturing clients in the Pacific Northwest. And that my consulting practice is helping manufacturers improve their effectiveness and attain their objectives through strategy, structure, process, and people.
Great. Now, Marianne, you work for Honeywell. What is your job title and how long have you been there?
I work for Honeywell, their energy and sustainability division, and I've been here combined 13 years. I'm a finance manager, senior finance manager.
Great. Okay. Now, Diane, please tell us what Women in Manufacturing is and why you got involved.
It's a great organization. The purpose of WiM is to support, promote, and inspire women that have chosen manufacturing as a career. And so Marianne and we stepped up last March to bring events to Spokane and have had enormous support from the Seattle chapter, which is the main chapter for the state of Washington, to communicate and to develop relationships and collaboration with manufacturers and the women that are involved in those companies, suppliers. And as viewers know, there are many different segments to manufacturing, whether it's plastics or metal or electronics or bioengineering. But we are finding that there's a huge interest in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene and North Idaho area. And we're happy to be here to help develop that.
That's great. Well, I've been involved with a couple of those sessions and I've really enjoyed them. And so, Diane, I understand that you attended a fall conference for WiM in San Diego. What were the event's topics and the focus?
So we, both Marianne and I attended. It was our first, it's called the Summit, an annual event put on by Women in Manufacturing. And this year's theme, or the theme last year, was exploring new horizons. And so the kickoff was, we had the opportunity to explore new horizons through tours of a number of well-known names and organizations. So Taylor Guitars, I attended the tour and event at Scott's Miracle Grow, not the chemical manufacturer, but they manufacture the plastic parts for fertilizer buckets and the handheld items. But there were over 1,700 attendees at this event in San Diego. It was like, the knowledge was like drinking from a fire hose. The camaraderie, the opportunity to collaborate and engage in wonderful conversations and develop meaningful relationships with women across the globe, actually.
Well, it sounds like there was a lot of momentum there. That's very exciting. Marianne, why is women's work in manufacturing important and what has led you to be involved? What will you get out of it?
Well, as Diane was saying, the mission of WiM is to promote and support and inspire women in manufacturing. And so in here, this area, I think there's a big need to support women and to mentor them. And I have been looking for an organization like that for quite some time. And so when Diane and I just happened to be on the same call last year at learning more about WiM and what a great organization it was, we saw the opportunity to jump in and start something on this eastern side of the state. So I'm really excited to get involved because I enjoy helping others. I see a need, especially with our younger community, to mentor women and to help them and to help them navigate their future. So I think that's what I enjoy the most out of it is being able to be there for others.
Yeah, Mariann, you and Diane held several meetings for the group in the fall. How did they go, and what response have you received?
We had 3 events last year, which I think they got great turnout and great support. We have a lot of support from some local areas, community organizations like NEMA, Impact Washington, Spokane Valley Chamber of Commerce, and they've all been very supportive of us. And we've, I think at this point, it's been just, getting that word out every time we talk to somebody. It's been really helpful. It's been really, people are getting excited, the word's getting out, and I think it's our interest is continuing to grow.
Great. Well, Diane, why do we need a WiM chapter specifically in Spokane, and what are the benefits?
Well, the goal, the purpose of WiM is to support, promote, and inspire. And those are reasons that I became involved in WiM also, having had great mentors, men and women, in my manufacturing path. It's important to give back. I feel it's important to give back, and WiM provides that opportunity. Mariann mentioned a number of organizations: NEMA, GSI, Spokane Valley, educational institutions, and then the companies that are willing and able to invest in their teams, their employees, to help. I mean, WiM is another tool for educating people about all that's happening in manufacturing, all the activities, all the innovation, collaboration, and those connections that we build and those collaborations that are a part of manufacturing inherently gives us all a great opportunity to help each other grow and develop relationships that will help us in our manufacturing efforts.
Thank you, Diane. You know, the events are really great, and I believe you even have an event today. So Mariann, what are the next steps to starting the chapter, and what kind of help do you seek to get it up and running?
So we have a lot of support from our Washington chapter over in the Seattle area. They've been able to give us some resources. And so as we start growing and getting the word out there, things like sponsorship helps us to even reach more people and to put on more fantastic events. But also just, getting the word out, getting that the attendance, getting companies that are interested in hosting us to have tours at their locations. So I think it is about just community involvement and getting the word out.
Yeah, that's great. And, we have, of course, hundreds of manufacturing companies in the region. We definitely have a lot of trade groups, other trade groups that we can draw from for this particular organization. So I think what you're doing is really great and very helpful to women and men in our community who want to participate in this and help promote manufacturing, which is, an area of interest for all of us. Well, Diane or Mariann, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I just encourage women and men in the area to log on and check out our organization, look for events that we're hosting, and participate when you can.
And I would add, as you mentioned, Jennifer, there's an event today. Mariann's hosting the manufacturing tour. And tomorrow we're celebrating International Women's Day. And so we have an event. People can find information and all sorts of resources on the WiM website, which is womeninmanufacturing.org. And also to just keep in mind that it is an educational tool. Our events, the manufacturing tours are based on manufacturing fundamentals. And so it's a learning experience, a tour followed by a panel discussion by subject matter experts. And so there's takeaway, there's great content, there's great discussion, great takeaway from our events. The International Women's Day, it's purely social, but come and join us for any of our events.
Well, that's fantastic. And I might just add that this is open to all different roles of women in manufacturing. So while I'm in the communication marketing side of things, I know that sometimes we'll have engineers, we might have machine operators, we'll have different types of capacities in manufacturing to attend the events. So does that sound fair to invite really any of those roles? Okay.
Absolutely.
And men too. Men are welcome to participate.
Yes.
Exactly. That's right. Okay. Well, Diane and Mariann, thank you so much for coming to the show to share about WiM. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for the opportunity. And yes, glad to be here.
All right. Well, if you want to learn more about women in manufacturing, as they said, you can go to womeninmanufacturing.org. And thank you again to our sponsor, AEROSPACE Vendors. Until next time, keep engaging with the aerospace manufacturing news you need to know in the Northwest with Northwest Aerospace News Magazine. Goodbye.